let's see. I'm probably going to be doing like a B-roll version of this too, like I did last time. The A-roll, serious, intense questions, and then silly
Oh, good.
ones.
Yeah, no, no.
So,
Because, and I'll warn you ahead of time. It is gonna like take me a month or so to probably warm up to the idea of watching it because I don't like watching myself talk. So I will watch it eventually when I gather the courage.
which means I can ask you all the embarrassing questions now, and you won't be able to get angry at me for like a whole
No, you'll have a
month.
month to run away and
Not again. But let's see here. In terms of B-roll, where can we go? I want to keep this lighthearted, but it's like at the same time, it's like the world we're living in right now. Everything is sort of heavy and like crushing around.
I can feel that.
What? Yeah. Without getting into all that, what sort of things have you been doing to like lighten the mood, keep you happy, keep you in a place where the music is coming through, the emotions are feeling good and genuine to what you want to express?
I think signing off, and it's hard because I always feel like compelled to like I feel like it's culture these days to always be productive, and especially
Yeah.
with my music, which I just love doing because I love doing it.
Oh,
But then there's
yeah.
the element of like I also want to eventually make this like my full-time thing, so I feel like
Yeah.
I need to be on social media for that. And but my mental state is so much better when I am not online, when I am not absorbing everything on Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. And honestly, just a week off does me so good. And to
Wait,
just
you
like
use Twitter?
no, but that I
Shocking
don't.
news.
When
Shocking
I read it,
information.
because I gotta say that is like in my opinion, the worst. I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
mentioned like you were like try out Blue Sky, and I was like, I I don't know yet, but I've heard good
Mm.
things. But like, yeah, no, I definitely think like even like reading all that stuff is like the hardest. So I think like to
Mm.
to absorb what you need to and then kind of just like unplug for like a week is like
Yeah.
really helpful. And to just do things that make like I know we've talked about it, but just like that Pokemon game. That is just
Yeah.
nothing but pure joy like right now. It's just like to little things.
Yeah. It's like an escape. It's just something that's fun and enjoyable. And
Yeah. Not productive. Like I said, you don't always need to be doing something
yeah.
that's leading to something. It was just
Yeah.
a fun thing
Hmm.
to that
Like, yeah, sometimes you just want to be goofy, have silly things, have fun little hobbies, the
yeah,
escapism of life.
agreed.
It's like, yeah. And, I mean, there's a lot of things that are like that. Honestly, at this point, it's like they're really, really helpful right now. It helps keep a balance. And,
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah.
balance is a good word. It
Uh
is. It's a
huh.
balance of like knowing, feeling like you're keeping up, but then also like you said, trying to find like little joys throughout the day.
Yeah. I love that piano, by the way. Sometimes, occasionally, there's a skunk around, and I feel like they're a little bit more varied in
Yeah,
their reception. Yeah.
their mood.
Although
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I do always leave food out for them. So, I mean, it's
Aw.
only myself to blame at this point. Actually, one
Well,
of them I think has been living in the crawl space of our house, but it's like it also goes after the mice. So, okay, just don't slouch on your job.
I know. I feel that way about snakes. Like we have like in the summer, like we'll always see like decent sized little snakes around the house. But I'm like, you know what? I'd rather have you than a mouse. So
Yeah.
stick around, do your thing.
Also,
Well,
too, once you start to learn the snakes, which ones are venomous and which ones are just trying to be scary for the sake of scariness, it becomes so easy. It's like I just see one. I'm like, oh, hello there. Hi. What are you doing here? Who gave you permission? All right, you can stick around, but watch it.
aw.
And I don't know. Sometimes snakes. I would love to have a hog nose. They're just adorable. So the hog nose snake, it has like this little upturned. Actually, this gives me a chance to show off a little feature. There we
Oh,
go.
is
So
that
yep,
cool?
hog nose with this little upturned bit, and they only get about 2 feet. They're not huge snakes, But the thing that is super cute about them is that they play dead by
Really?
rolling on their back. But they're not incredibly skilled at it because if you go up to one and you pick it up and you roll it over, put it right side up on the ground, it'll roll over on its back again. So it's like,
You've had
no, no,
those
no,
as
no.
pets?
Huh? Yeah, they're sold as pets.
Okay.
They do have little fangs, but they're actually, weirdly enough, in the rear of their mouth instead of the front. So they don't really bite, and they really can't inject venom into anything large. Just like tiny little things that they'll eat, like little mice.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen
Which,
one of
yeah,
those.
going back to the TV show Heartstopper, like after the first series came out, people were getting so vicious attacking Kid Connor. Saying that why are you sort of like jumping in, playing a queer role like this and all this, and eventually he did have to come out and say, well, just like his character, actually I'm bi,
Yeah, yeah, he is.
and
I don't know if people feel like, yeah, I think we're in a weird space like that. But
yeah, because like I totally understand why to see like queer actors like get the exposure, get to be able to be in the market and such, but it's kind of weird that you're
yeah,
gatekeeping the ability to perform and be someone just because they don't meet the right qualifications in your mind.
no, for sure.
Yeah,
I feel that same way. I never thought, like I said, it's anyone's responsibility to like keep the world
yeah,
updated, and like I said, it's a performance. I feel that way
yeah,
about music, acting. Yeah,
yeah. And I don't know, I just love that there is a lot of more open queer expression in music in general.
oh, I know.
Un-
This year and yeah, I'm
yeah.
loving it. Like Chapel has been like everything this year.
One who started the meeting has to deal with that.
Okay.
So hopefully, yeah, come on. You just do Google Pay. That'll be easier. Because I want to do this for in the future with other people too. I'm coming up with ideas. I want to get back into the YouTube thing as hard as possible.
I'm glad I'm
Perfect.
your first.
Yep, you get to be my guinea pig.
I love it.
Yeah. In this household, we fully condone animal experimentation.
We have
Bring the chipmunk
unlimited minutes.
next.
I just got a notification.
Woo! There we go. Perfect. All right. Let's see here. I actually want to, now that we have time, one thing I did plan over here. Let me grab this. Oh, darn it. I already closed the window, but I can open it again. And I have to redo all of this. But luckily, I know what to do now, so it'll be a lot easier. So, window capture for River. It's always a river. Doesn't matter which one. Oh,
Took your box.
now that's my box. My box. You can have this one down here. All right, and then oh, wonderful. We're having a little moment of inception right now. All right, so let me go grab this playlist. Yep. So, we were talking about discovering new music and such, and I actually put together a little collection of stuff. Oh, my playlists are over here. I'm blind. I'm blind on top of everything.
Why is everyone spiraling over YouTube banning ad blockers? Like,
I don't know. Be quiet. No one's talking to you. You're not important right now. All right. Makes me feel smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I love William Orbit. I love Ray of Light album is probably one of my. It's one of those again, zero skips. Listen all the way through. It just
Mm-hmm.
always leaves me inspired. Like, and that's what I love about any any album that just like leaves me wanting to go make music myself. It's one of those albums for
I love any album that makes you want to make more music too.
me.
Dreamphone or Ollie Alexander, and it doesn't matter if you know them or not.
Well, Well, I know Ollie, so let's go with Dream Throne because I don't. I've never heard of it.
All right. So they're actually pretty good. I found their whole album and downloaded that after seeing this. It was a full sort of little gender switch on a very popular, very wonderful classic by someone you might know, a little unknown, independent, small artist known as Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
All right. And hey, there's the electric guitar, so get to learning that. Then that could be
Oh my
you.
god, I suck right now, but I'm trying. I know like 7 chords.
Hey, I'm slow on mine too. I've managed to figure out how to tune it with an app assisting
Yeah,
me.
I tune it with. Yeah, I have an app for tuning too. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. All
The
right.
biggest disappointment of my night is this. It is so gross.
Oh no.
It's not-
Spill the coffee on the floor and then spill the details to us.
Look, I know. They said it was okay. It was supposed to be pumpkin pie flavored, or no, not pumpkin pie, pecan pie flavored. And
Ah,
I was like, what's in the pecan pie iced coffee? And they're like, oh, it's like a mix of like Irish cream and hazelnut. And I was like, how do you get pecan from that? And I was like, I'll try it, and it's
no. Just no. No. Hazelnut and pecan are not anywhere near similar flavor wise. Huh? You be quiet. I have a pack to open.
I'm so excited to watch you do this.
I've been trying to get a Gengar for so long. 'Cause I want to have a totally toxic, merciless deck. You know, I like playing for fun, but I also want to screw people over. Coughing, love him. Another Machino. I'm gonna scrap you for glitter. Oh yay, grap locked. Okay, little squishy guy. Oh my god, that is like the third time I've gotten a full evolutionary set in a
That's
pack.
cool. I know I'm on the same state as you. Like right now, I'm like getting like triples, quadruples. I'm like,
Yeah. And it's like it would be okay if it just weren't for the fact that, you know, there's like one card for this pack set that I need still. My
yeah, I
darn
gotta
Gengar.
preface this by saying I was so excited when this app came out. Like my brother sent it to me, and I was like on board immediately. I was like, I need, and I was like obsessed with it for a couple of days. Now it's like
Yeah.
my favorite like free time thing has been just coming here.
Oh yeah. And it's like low stress, low impact. You could just
Yeah,
pop it open, close
it's
it
not
up.
one of those like
Essentially, it's like
not
the
trying to
Animal
be cheating.
Crossing. It's
Yeah,
like a Pokemon Animal Crossing. Just low
sure.
stress.
Yes.
Just the
It's not trying to
vibes.
it's not trying to grab you for tons of money at every step of the way.
Yeah. Not to you. If you're being
Oh, look, it's
resolute
showing
and
me there's
resolved.
my. It showed you my one that I just opened. That's where I got my
Oh,
second better free.
oh, and it's two. Darn it. Do I have enough stuff to? Oh, I could put my stamina up. Oh my God, yes. I'm gonna get your pack. If you do not give me a Butterfree, I'm
Oh,
ending
I
this
figured
call
this
right
out too.
now. Uh,
I hope you do. I feel more stressed watching you do it. Oh my god.
Another Sizzlipede! Unfriended, blocked, banned, cancelled.
We tried.
Yeah, we did. But oh, okay.
You weren't even
I
trying.
guess I guess that Butterfree was the bottom. All right, I'll give you a thanks. I guess. Ollie has been becoming such an amazing person. The way that he embraces himself more and more each year and becomes more unashamedly, you know, queer and an advocate in the strongest way. It's been so admirable. Ever since he did the series It's a Sin, like, I was just blown away entirely by that.
His music, I feel like, is he's constantly just like going up. Like his progression, I like each one of his projects. I like more and more. for
Yeah.
sure.
And like it's very few times, well, maybe not very few times. I mean, there's Beyonce, obviously, but I feel like there's usually some trepidation when an artist like drops a project to become solo. But I do feel like Ollie does have that potential to be, I won't say Beyonce, but like in that same way where his trajectory is going to keep going upwards. The more creative control he gets over what he puts out, what he says, and I'm genuinely so excited to see what he has coming.
Yeah, I think like, he's already, I feel like, a solidified pop star like in the queer space. Like I don't
Oh yeah,
I feel like he's like already at that level. He'll be around making music forever. Like he's just, you're right, on that trajectory, that path
yeah,
already, for sure.
yeah,
Like him and Troy, I feel like are really like at the forefront of like model, like
yeah.
gay pop star. I feel like
Oh
they've
yeah,
just, like I said, I feel like growing up, I wish that that was around for me because like it's
yeah.
so, I love what they're doing.
Oh yeah. I know. It's like I watch this. I'm just thinking that it's like the people said with Heartstopper that it was such like an innocent, lighthearted, sweet show. Sometimes saccharine sweet, people would say, but the thing that was is that kids today are getting to see like such a positive and normalized approach to a gay relationship, a young gay relationship. And I'm just thinking about how much I needed something like that, and how what I did have was usually incredibly trauma based, incredibly, this is a problem or it's not a problem, but we're going to focus entirely on how it is a problem until we say that it isn't.
Yeah,
It's like gayness always had to earn its place in terms of acceptability. And I'm so happy that we are moving past that. We're getting to a point where this person's gay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I think about that like all the time, how fortunate like I am that I was able to like, even at work, it was like it wasn't even a worry or a thought. I was just able to be who I am. Like I feel like I do not take that luxury for granted at all.
Yeah. Mainly, I think about this in LA. It was the quote unquote the queer moms that have the signs saying that did your family reject you? I accept you. I'll give you the hug that you need. And the way that found family is just such a bond and so much stronger than anything else. And how much it has saved lives from in all aspects. It's really amazing that we build communities, we build these new stories, these new chapters in our lives with people. And I
Yeah,
think that's terrific.
exactly. Because I mean, I feel the same way, and it's like a lot of times, like in the situation of both me and my boyfriend, like we had like families that we knew wouldn't accept us, but like ended up being so wonderfully accepting afterwards. But that fear from beforehand of the things you'd hear them say, it still sticks with
Yeah.
you. Like that, like I said, there's that subconscious, like it's not okay that like it takes a while to peel that away afterwards. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
It's been so far like I don't know, maybe because it's just such a low scale thing on my part, and like literally when I started it, it was just like, I wanted an outlet. I wasn't thinking
Yeah,
like, I'm going to dedicate myself to this. That sort of happened entirely by accident where I was like, you know what? I actually really love doing this. I really love the production, the editing, coming up with the ideas, putting it together. I This could be a thing for me. This could be something I would enjoy. And right now I'm thinking about looking at these studios, looking at what jobs that they could want if they need editors and such.
oh,
I
that's,
I, I would push for it. Yeah.
you'd be good. I know your editing skills are, they'd be lucky to have you.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what you're doing.
And I just need to do the next step, get behind that camera, get the angles right, get the lighting right. And of course the other thing you got going on is that fucking jawline. Like my god. Does your husband just call you over whenever he needs a great parmesan? Cuz like
I'm gonna tell him you said that. That's
And
funny.
you have a good jawline because you emphasize it in like almost every picture, every video. That thing
I
is
really don't.
there.
I really don't. I swear to God, I've never been. I've never thought that. I'm like, yeah, my jaw looks good.
Really, really.
No, I'm too focused on the things I'm sure like everyone, you're like, oh, I really don't like this angle or whatever. Like that's all
Oh
my
yeah.
the first cuts of all my videos are like just cutting out the ones where I like, oh, I hate that angle. I don't like that. It's human
Let's
nature,
see.
I think.
But at the same time, it's like I'm just looking at this
That was
because I,
long. Long.
yeah. But like, look at that jawline. Look at it. The lighting is hitting it perfectly. Your skull looks like it's fully detached from your neck, for God's sake. It is cut so good, so deep. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just have a thing for strong, defined jaws. But it's like my eyes always zoom in on that feature. And
We're gonna look at my selfies now. No, it's not.
like, I'm gonna make you self-conscious about it now, aren't I?
I know this is
You're,
making me
you're,
like.
you're gonna be thinking about, oh my God, am I giving jaw? Am I giving cut? Am I giving? Am I over here giving model for no reason whatsoever?
My brain is too distracted half time. But this background makes me want to play Tetris. I know they're Legos, but I'm like, I want to play Tetris. I'm so distracted by it. Like you.
I
Like, oh, I'm gonna go play
mean,
Tetris after this.
yeah.
That's
I
gonna be
mean,
on your blooper
you
reel.
know.
I'm sorry. That's just my brain is just like we're going over here
Well,
now.
yeah. I got games on my phone,
Oh,
except
that's
it's not my
awesome.
phone. It's the yeah, Switch. Got my little Switch ready. Can
Oh,
pop open our
jealous.
Game Boy. Yeah.
I know. I'd be the same.
Okay.
I'd buy a Switch. I don't know how to Switch. I would buy one though, and I'd play all old games on it. That's what I would do. It would be such a
Oh
waste.
yeah. Oh, speaking of, oh wow, they put Donkey Kong Land on. Oh my God, I am so gonna tackle that later. But right now, what I
Look at all
want
those gems.
is there we go. We got our Tetris. All right. So
Oh,
while we go through a little round of Tetris, next question. So, what are some of the plans thus far unknown for the next album? Thematic approach, lyrics, ideas.
I basically have a schedule set. Like I'm pretty sure the next single in February. I want to
Hmm.
give a little space for me to like recover from this double
This
feature
fast
release.
release, yeah.
But then I wanna. I mean I think, and I basically finished writing the songs for the record. I
Hmm.
I feel I'm happy about it, and like I think like I was messaging you about like a while back about like for this it kind of came together sonically to sound cohesive, but this
Hmm.
whole approach for me writing was really just experimenting and not trying to force myself to have a certain sound. And
Yeah.
I think the rest of the songs you'll hear that experimentation vocally and in some of the production. Like I said, maybe it's a bit more modern, a little bit of electronic elements, like some of those kind of 90s dream pop, like I think like Mazzy Star type
Hmm.
slow chord vibes, like
I love that.
on the rest of the songs on the album. And yeah, my goal is to put it out like in like April, early
Oh,
April-ish.
ooh. Make it
So
April 26th. Yeah, birthday present. You don't have to buy
might be
anything.
ready. It might be ready for that.
Yeah, sounds good.
'Cause
There we go. We've
I
got a
love,
plan.
I wanted, like I said, put it out, but I want to have enough time to let things breathe. Because that was
Hmm.
like this year, like I experimented with like release strategies, like with that Christmas song. That was the first time I ever just kind of dropped a song without doing any previewing or promoting. I was just like a
Hmm.
full like, here's it cold, you don't know anything about it,
Yeah.
listen to it for
Well, I knew a little bit about it.
Yeah.
The VIP club, the secrets. Yeah.
Yeah. For real, I know. It's like the people who like actually talk to me will like me a little more. But it was fun doing it that way. But honestly, I didn't like that strategy wasn't as like fun for me because I like kind of like teasing it. So again, this whole year was kind of just experimenting with sound and releases and writing styles. Like even in like I think on like Call of the Hounds and some of the other songs I've written are a bit more introspective and like I've written
God,
a lot. So
I love Call Off the Hounds.
Yeah, like that song and a few others too is not about love or romance or whatever. And I think it was fun for me just kind of take a like reflective approach. So some of the songs I've written kind of have that lyrical thread. But,
Also, I got to be honest, as someone who's been completely inadvertently getting more involved with like furry adjacent people and once in the pub play, Call Off the Hounds had an extra element to it with your video.
you know, that never crossed my mind.
Yeah, I was just looking at it, I was like, oh, puppy people, I know them. Especially when they stopped being wolves and turned more into like dogs, which I thought was a really good transition there. I like how it like was, you know, from the fear to this sense of calm.
And that was the thing too, like even with that, like with like AI as your as like an artist, like I mean probably people watching this probably wouldn't know, but like do graphic design for like my day job.
Mm-hmm.
Like so AI the past like year and a half in the industry has been kind of like the Wild West of like do we adopt it, do we accept it, is it okay? What level is okay? Is it
Yeah.
And so for me, like I took that approach to making the Call of the Hounds lyric video, like of just me being free to experiment with AI and see what I could do and how I felt about it. And it was a fun experiment, but I don't foresee myself
Relying heavily on it.
Yeah, I don't foresee myself doing it more because like it took me the same amount of time as a normal video edit, except it felt a lot less fulfilling. So
Yeah.
it was an interesting experimentation.
But one thing I have said multiple times is that I do like the way that you guys approached it, using the AI to assist in the process rather than like just giving it a prompt and letting it take over entirely.
Oh no, just like that, it was like a full. It did not feel like a shortcut in so many ways.
Yeah.
I feel like had to storyboard the whole thing, concept the whole story, prompt every single scene I wanted to depict, and then obviously half of them are garbage, so you have to re-prompt it.
Yeah, the ones with 7 fingers or.
Re-edit it. I also like prompted. I only prompted photos, so I had to then take photos and put them into AI software that turns into video for each scene. It was so yeah, like I said, it was not a shortcut in so many ways.
Yeah. Just incredibly arduous.
Yeah.
Especially compared to, why am I skipping on Made in the Shade? Like, that video, that is just utterly beautiful perfection. The way that you got to have these still images sort of move and have this sense of life to them in simple ways by putting an overlay or just, you know, playing around, almost like manga style, just adding elements to it that give this sensation of movement and life. That video to me is far superior.
Thank you. I
Well,
agree.
yeah. I mean, I love Call of the Hounds, and yeah.
Like I love like is it like Honeymoon, all like that era of anime.
Yeah.
So that was definitely inspiration for that one. Yeah, all that one was hand drawn. I like think about like how I did that in like early 2022, and like had I like waited like a year and a half, like again AI could have made that whole entire video.
But could it have made it with as much soul and heart in it as it had?
I agree, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Is like I'm almost glad that I didn't have those tools available when I made it for that reason.
Yeah.
Like I could have probably made it so much easier if I waited. But
And then going in that same area, it's like I would say if it wasn't an issue of budget and it wasn't an issue of a tripod being your primary cameraman, what would be the most experimental thing you would like to do in a video for a song? Like, just like no holds barred, a way to express something creatively with no restrictions.
Oh my god, well, the main thing is, so many of my songs are storytelling based,
Yeah.
and I would love to just have a full-on narrative and have other people in the video with me. That's I want to be in these videos with me. Like, my boyfriend, does not want to do it, and I respect that. I never make him, want to be uncomfortable with anything.
Yeah. In all this time, I think I've seen like a corner of his chin in your London stories.
Yeah, so I would love to be able to come up with the concept of a full story, and then be able to hire people and actors and be able to tell a full story in the video. I dream up them probably for every single song just in case for whatever chance it happens, but not yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see. I'll find out which people I know in New York and see what they're interested in.
That's the truth. Even like I said, I've looked into sets, and that's something too, in terms of location. I try to location scout for places to film, and there's just not a lot within even a couple hours of me. I'm really not living there, so I really try to make the most of what I can.
Well, it makes me think of delving again across worlds. For me, it would be like the studio, Cocky Boys, this going to porn. But, Jake and RJ, they have their own little ranch out in, I think it's upstate New York. So, in the same sort of areas. And so much of... Yeah. And so much of their stuff is done on that ranch. And using the houses that are on the property, using just the woods that surround it. And it's amazing to me in a way how much variety they can put into everything they produce using just this land, from the different angles, the different times of year that they'll film there, whether they go to the pool on the property or just diving into the woods and just embracing the fullness of nature. It's something that I've always really admired in their studio work, among many other things as well.
That is cool. You really have to make the most of what you have, what you got. I've had jokes from a lot of my family about I have not made use of speaking of the seasons and about winter. They're you should just make a full video. You in 8 feet of snow.
You're no, I am not going out in the cold.
Right?
I do not exist in the winter.
Maybe this winter I will go record at least a TikTok just to show the crazy scallops.
Oh wow. Alright, well I'll send you a nice winter coat for Christmas maybe, and then you could brave that. I'm sure you have plenty of coats. You're not taking any chances. Yeah.
Oh god, I'm in layers already.
Wow. I can't believe that in New Mexico we beat you by a week. Just... yeah?
I did not mind it. Stay away.
Yeah. Just, no, Snow, we don't need you around. We have enough Christmas cheer already. We do not need your assistance. Uh-oh, we're getting there.
Christmas spirit without I do not need white.
You do not need to be Rosemary Clooney, and we're dying. We're dead. We're dead. Yeah, we're dead.
It was very relaxing watching
Oh yeah, it's almost like a visual ASMR thing.
Yeah,
Tetris is
exactly.
low stress. Yeah. So let's see here. You know what? I think it's time for round 2. What do you think?
Let's do
All right. And this time I'm gonna win, or else.
Oh, I have a wonder pick available.
Oh yeah. That takes priority. Just look how beautiful that is.
Did you okay? When did you? I used. I think I might. Let me look this up quick.
Oh boy. Now it's your turn to go wandering around your room.
Yeah. Okay, I have it. My
Oh
actual
my
card.
god.
My actual card binder.
Oh wow. See, I'm not. I should have been that person. I have one of the original boxes from one of the
Just for
deck
my.
packs.
We used to. Me and my
They're so
brother
shiny.
used to go like when we would go on vacation with my family. There was like this. There was this. I don't this random market that had all like tons of like the Japanese cards, and we would beg our parents to take us there like every night of our vacation, and so we could buy like 800 packs of the Japanese cards.
I love that.
Yeah,
I don't think I
and
ever lucked out that
I
much,
can't
but
get rid of
in
my binder.
when we went to like Las Cruces, they had like a little bookshop. The bookshop is still there actually. I was so shocked, and the bookshop would have like all of the really rare packs that just like weren't at Walmart or weren't at
Yeah.
Circle K or any of the places I normally got them. So I was just like voracious. I would buy a whole bunch. I would grab as many as I could before mom would say, "No, no, no, put that one back. That's one too many. You go get a book instead, you stupid kid. Learn how to read."
I think
Ow,
about
wah.
that all the time of like how I'm like they did not need to buy as many cards as they bought.
Yeah.
But again, I will say that that's the thing is like when you when you make like a I lost my train of thought. But like when you make like nope, the thought is it's gone.
Again, it's like I keep sort of falling back into old stuff, but I'm just thinking about again about like Silver Lining, which was I think not just a great, fantastic video. I love yours. Yours is so good, but it also like for me because again, like that whole setup, I just had like the lyrics and I didn't know the song. I didn't listen to the song. I just read the lyrics, was like, okay, okay. And then you posted that little thing about the cactus juice. And
Yeah.
a little switch went on in my head. I built an idea, a vague idea. Just went out into this big, huge, empty field behind where I worked at McDonald's and just filmed a hell of a lot of shit. Edited together. I listened to small segments just to figure out okay, the chorus is starting here, it ends here, this part is here. I didn't listen to it full. I edited, I made sure that the video matched the time length of the song, and then I put them together. And, like, not to, hoist my own petard and such, but I'm still, like, just incredibly proud of how that came out. And,
I love it.
yeah.
You did I know and that I don't no one's done anything like that for my music before. So like I really I love I like share that like I said with all the people I know, and they think it again it's just so cool to like I said see someone else interpret something I've done like that is just the craziest thing to me. Like I thought it was so yeah, very special.
Yeah.
My boyfriend is a locomotive engineer, so I'm
Oh,
excited to give him.
okay. We have lore. We have lore. We have world building right now. Oh my god.
He is an engineer for freight trains. So that's at the beginning of Faith. There's like you hear a freight train go by. That
Yeah.
song's not really. Most of the songs I've been reading are not like about us in any way, but like I still like the. Little, for me, it's more so for me than anything.
Oh, there is a good question. You just said most. So, which songs would you say are most authentically relating to your relationship?
Oh my God, for
I do have
sure.
a feeling which ones there might be, but I wanna. Yeah.
The most 100% like us is Gardens in the Summer. Like that
Oh
song
yeah.
is 100% like him and what our relationship and especially like when we first got together, like how he made me feel, and the safety, finding safety in someone else, and like opening your eyes through or seeing the world the way the other person sees it, and that was really like yes, that was probably the most to this day probably the most to him song I've written.
Hmm.
Because like I said, I like when I go to write, I always like a lot of times, like I said, I'll have a concept for just a story, so it's not a lot of time it's not necessarily something I've been through. It's more so like I have an idea and then a whole story comes to me and then I kind of just write. But that was one of them that I said it was just 100% like us that needed to come out for sure.
Every time one of my favorite songs come on, I have to, and people are actually there. I just have to, tell them this is River Westin. He
Aw.
is New York based. He does pretty much everything entirely on his own, aside from a few little things, the production elements and stuff. And he's so truly dedicated to his craft and putting out music that really is truly meaningful to him. And he deserves love. He deserves to be fully supported.
You
So
are the one like
stream. Mm-hmm.
thank you. Like like I know you I like you like how you were talking about like to have someone who like believes in what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
like that fully. It like is so motivating to like keep going. Like like I said, sometimes it's like I said when you're sitting there at your boring day job and you're like sometimes you just don't have the energy to keep with the other things you're trying to pursue to
Mm-hmm.
keep it going. But then
Yeah.
for like things like that, it's like okay, I could do this thing. Like it does. It's nice to hear.
Well, I'm happy to be that support.
Mhm.
And it's just I don't know. It's so weird to me in a way that's like the way connections can get built, the way that people can, develop these things. It's like thinking about the fact that it's with you and me, it was like literally just a Lana Del Rey reaction video and a comment and a click. And from
Yeah.
that, like 5 years later, I am over here just being amazed and shocked and
Oh.
in awe of every single production you do, everything that comes out. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, how is he not bigger? How is he not shooting up to fame? How is he not just the most brilliant being in the world right now? And I want that. I mean, I semi want it. I want it for you so bad, but it's also like his anxiety, he could not handle it. He
I
he
could do
he,
it.
he would yeah. We'll get you on Jimmy Kimmel. We'll see.
I know. That's the thing is like I do. I know. I feel that. That's been like a big journey for me this year is trying to get a hold of my anxiety and
Yeah. Have we gone over like genres you'll be tackling in the next album? What would you say is maybe the one that might shock us the most, if there is one?
I think you've heard like kind of the overall vibe. Like I said, I definitely went to just different styles that kind of I've been listening to, like the 90s vibes in terms of like like I said, dream pop, trip hop, kind of shoegaze a little, and then bit like I said, just more alternative, less vintage, I guess. I was just experimenting with different and wasn't even afraid because like so like a lot of my songs before I was like trying to make it sound retro, so I was like staying with a lot of synths and things like that that kind of sounded a bit too modern, like 80s now. So to just like not really feel like I have to live it, like if it works in the song and it makes sense, I just be going for it. So it's been freeing in that way. I've kind of like
That's
a
good.
I don't know witchy dark pop sounding song that I'm excited to share.
Oh, I see. So it was Agatha all along.
Yeah. I know I missed that whole boat. I'm missing that with you. I should have had it together.
Oh my god, I am dying for Wicked. I'm probably not gonna see it until it's like on Blu-ray or streaming, but I am really excited.
It's gonna be these amazing reviews.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a musical
And
person. I will say I'm a bad guy. I'm not a musical.
revoked.
I
Revoked.
know.
Tell your husband he is now your wife. We are going to yeah, it's not allowed. Forbidden. Absolutely verboten.
But but
I will be honest, I am like not entirely a musical gay. Like I do love musicals, but it's like my musical knowledge sort of begins and ends in the Rodgers and Hammerstein era, the late 50s and 60s movies.
yeah, see, I watch a musical indie film more than like a Broadway.
Yeah,
It's not that I don't respect it. It's just like yeah, it's not my thing. I
yeah.
think it's cool, but
Oh yeah,
the songs are like
oh yeah,
and I mean, who doesn't love the
definitely
Wizard
that.
of Oz?
Oh yeah. And like Wizard of Oz is just, even though the more you learn about it, the more horrifying a concept it becomes.
Yeah.
Realizing, oh my god, they practically just tried to murder every single cast member on that.
I was just
Oh.
on TikTok about that. I was blown away because I never seen some of the stuff, but some of the other, like, I didn't know that there was a whole nother Tin Man who, like, had to quit because, like, the beat made him, like, ill. or something.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought it was insane.
because they decided to use like real silver, real colloidal silver, right on his skin, just slap it on. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of,
And now history repeats itself, and people are saying just take undiluted extract. What was it? The oil extracts of random herbs and such, where it's like, oh, if you take that undiluted, no, that's actually that's gonna fully kill you. Don't do that. Don't do that, sir. Don't just take a Tylenol. It's gonna be safer.
but,
Yeah.
there's a lot of, I see that on TikTok, people like to do natural remedies.
Uh-huh. And it's like, oh, you want me to use hemlock for sleep as a sleep aid? Oh, okay. Yeah. I've definitely heard that before. It was in Shakespeare, mind you, and it was an assassination plot, but sure. I'll go ahead with that. What's the worst that could happen? I'm chronically depressed, I'm already halfway there, Alright, so... Huh?
Did you watch all of Agatha?
Yes! Oh my god, I loved it. So, like, I wanted to watch it, stupidly enough, just because Joe Locke was in it. Like, I'm so in love with Heartstopper, and when I saw he was going to be in a Marvel project, I was like, okay, you guys broke me. I'll do it. You win! Alright, you win with your gay stuff. That's what you want, to win, isn't it? And so, I had to be thorough, though. I had to watch all of WandaVision. And I loved it. I did not watch, what's the interim? Multiverse of Madness, yeah. I didn't go there, but I know enough because I'm on the internet. You can't avoid it. Pseudo dies. There was a red flash. There was a red flash in that building right before it crashed. She's gonna come back. We all know it. We all know it. It's been out for a while, people. Catch up. Even I caught up. And I'm like, I'm still, like, outside of this whole thing, my Marvel dive has been Iron Man and Iron Man 2 thus far. I haven't even gone over to the little spider twink.
I could understand why you'd stop at Iron Man 2 though, because that movie is terrible. I could understand why you'd be like, I don't need any more of it.
Well, no, it's just like it just takes me a while. Like, I have to be in like a right mood to sort of like get into that. I mean, there's a huge amount of camp elements in Marvel too, but there is also this sort of, especially with these earlier movies, like a heavy sense of machismo, and I mean, like, they chose Iron Man, who was like the most sort of militant derived option they could have gone with. And for that era too, being so close to 9/11 and such, you could just see that they are like really focusing on that audience. And then as it evolved later on, I think you could start to see more of the camp elements coming to the forefront.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely had an interesting journey, and as like a uber fan of Marvel and stuff like that, like
Even though they treat your favorite terribly.
what?
Even though they treat your favorite kind of terribly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. They've had their ups and downs. I know it's like, but they're definitely at the point right now where I feel like it's hard for new fans to jump in. Like you said, there is such like a deep bench of things you got to keep up with. They're introducing characters at like a light speed pace that like it's even like my parents who like were super into it. They're just going through characters and new plot lines so fast that it's hard for them to be like, wait, who's this? And I don't feel like getting invested on this level. So I could.
Alright. And like my mom, she'll like forget things like in between episodes. Never mind like holding on to stuff for like multiple series, multiple movies.
Yeah, and then they're trying to do the multiverse thing, which again, that's like trying to like make my parents or like that generation understand like the concept of the multiverse and like, okay, well that's the same person, but it's like them in a different universe and like trying to explain the rules of it. I'm like that. Maybe it's not the best call. I feel like in terms of keeping their momentum going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it makes it hard for new fans.
Yeah. And it feels like from what I've been reading and hearing through, you know, the grapevines, like there were dropped projects and like interstudio issues too, which is like never fun.
They've had a lot of
For-
course correcting, I think, in the past like year and a half, and we're just starting. I feel like to see
The effects of that.
limitation. And I feel
Yeah.
like it was definitely needed because, like I said, people were just even the ones that weren't trolls and just hated everything and they said was like woke. Even like the people
yeah.
who like were fans were starting to see like there are cracks in like the writing and just the threads that were putting these stories together. So I think
Yeah.
it for me, and not even just because it was an X-Men project that I was done seeing. Like I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine and then Agatha all along are definitely like signs that they're going back to the right direction.
Oh yeah. Agatha, like honestly, I cannot recommend it enough. It was just so good. And I mean, Patti LuPone alone is just reason enough. She is brilliant, and she's always been brilliant. I mean, literally, there's no denying it. She is a mastermind as an actress, as a performer, as a singer. We're dying. We're dead.
I love how it's like super calm the whole entire time and then extreme.
Yeah. My own little niche geeky reference. You can't have Grey Jedi. You know, you can't add the dark side to the light side because it doesn't work. The
Yeah.
darkness and depression and that blackness does not mix as much as you may want it to. I mean, I kind of like the concept of Grey Jedi, I won't lie, but it's also just ridiculous within the universe that they have.
Yeah. I mean, my Star Wars lore is.
Very, very I'm kind of
I
the
know-
same.
I know what you're saying, but I shouldn't go
Yeah,
too deep.
yeah. So, like in Marvel terms, this is very much the blind leading the blind here with the references and data. Yeah. I'm over here with like gleamed knowledge of Marvel, and you're over here with possibly some gleamed knowledge of the Star Warsies.
I've seen them all. I don't remember a thing.
You know what? We could tackle Star Wars later. The first one I want to get you through is Doctor Who because that
Well, I know,
is my.
I watched the specials, but I've not watched any of the new series.
Oh, the Disney Plus specials.
Yeah, we watched those and they were cute.
Yeah.
I love
Very brave to go into those without backstory.
I know,
I
but
mean,
I
they
need to
do
see
hold
that
up.
thing again. I need to see.
Yeah, they do hold up pretty well. But Wild Blue Yonder is one of my favorites of that. That would be the middle one when they're stuck on the spaceship at the exact edge of the universe, staring out into nothingness. That story is just so beautifully done and so scary in a weird way. Rewatch it.
Okay.
The other one
Well,
I think you'll like is 72 Yards or 73 Yards. The one that has yards in it. It's in the next series. Series 1. Well, no, Season 1, excuse me, Americanized. But it's the one on Disney Plus, and that story. I think I think that story particularly will appeal to you.
okay.
And also Dot and Bubble is actually really good and was the big pinnacle scene on there that you'll know which one it is. The huge impact scene was actually the very first one that Nshudi shot for the show. And there's like this great trend where like the most emotionally draining and deep scenes for each Doctor were actually the very first scene that they filmed getting into that character. And it's like, oh my god, wow. They were literally meant for this role.
Well, I know I've seen said very little of the new
Yeah.
series, so like yeah, it'll be completely fresh when I see
Yeah.
it.
Okay, first emotional gut punch out of the way. This is Capaldi's first shot scene.
Oh really?
Yes.
Goodbye, Clara.
Goodbye, Smithy. Out with the old, in with the new.
For what?
uh, uh,
Oh,
autism moment.
What's now? Don't forget.
That's the kind of friend you need. That's the kind of friend you need. The one that I'm going to force you to be human right now, whether you like it or not. I mean, I hate
then
it, but
like
there.
when I stopped, that made me be like, I thought I saw the right to the end of Matt Smith, but I was like, that I don't think I've seen that.
Those, yeah, his ended with specials, so
Okay,
they weren't really attached to any one of the series.
okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
wherever we were streaming, it must not have had those.
yeah,
Like that was not familiar. I don't remember seeing
yeah.
that.
So there was like let's see, there was Day of the Doctor, which was the 50th anniversary special, and then there was Night of the Doctor, which was this one, and basically he stays on this one planet to protect it, and stays for an incredibly long time, becomes an old man, and eventually at the end he regenerates, and we get Peter Capaldi and his fantastic angry eyebrows.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of his or the one after him. We didn't watch.
Yeah,
That's as far as I got. I know
yeah.
we're bad with like long series. We follow.
Oh, I mean, it's not like you're watching the entire 63 years or
I
anything. So, but
no, that was really good.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
Capal.
theme was, I love the framing of it.
Oh
I
yeah,
love like the like shallow depth of field on the close-ups.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, it felt a lot more cinematic than like the normal. Like I
Oh
know I
yeah,
even noticed that even watching like the specials like this past like last or was it last year? Or this year?
yeah.
Like those felt like movie quality. Like they were like
They
I don't
were
know if the show is
gorgeous.
like still like all of it's like that, but like I was like wow. From when I
Oh yeah,
remember watching it, like their
there,
production
yeah.
budget.
There were a few moments that were kind of, you know, they felt a little bit very Doctor Who-y elements, but the graphics, the prosthetics, the costumes in
Yeah,
this past series were just amazing.
that's cool.
Just so next level. And one of the stories in the next series, and I want you to get there eventually. I want you to watch it in order. I know I'm recommending which episodes to focus on, but when you get to Rogue, okay, first of all, Jonathan Miller is in it. Is that his name? Did I get it right?
Who's John?
Did I? Please tell me. Jonathan, is it Bailey? Yeah,
Oh,
Jonathan Bailey. Why did I come up
okay.
with Miller? But yeah, first of all, Jonathan Bailey is in it, playing debonair, sneaky little guy that's up to no good, up to mischief. And he catches the doctor's eye, and we get beautiful, utterly beautiful, very quick, very fast romance, which, first of all, gay culture, fall for someone like 2 seconds after you meet them, get ready to move in together. But there's just like
Love
so
it.
many beautiful parts to it. One of my favorite lines, I'm going to spoil the line. I don't care because seeing it in context is different than hearing it. He says, "We can argue with each other among the stars." It's like, yeah. It's like, again, like, it's lyrical poetry and it's just so great. But let's see here.
That's okay. Well, uh, okay, I'm ready sold. Let's
It's
see
just
it.
brilliant.
Marketing and creative decisions can be hard, but
Oh,
We gotta watch our
marketing and creative impact is easy with
what is this?
Smartsheet. Smartsheet is built to accelerate
Marketing
marketing
ad?
strategy and creativity. So are your marketing and creative teams operating at their peak? Smartsheet.
Thanks, Smart Sheet.
goodbye, Smartsheet.
Did you get your name from Dungeons and Dragons?
Roll for insight.
Are we Snail? The most serious man in history, and it says that you're wired for sound.
Huh.
No, this is a surprise. Oh, I love this. Classic.
Okay, good. Haven't got to watch yet. Are we gonna get the choreography? I'm waiting.
Mm-mm.
Give me that device.
Uh, uh.
Now.
You've got very little time left.
That was fun.
Agatha's sassiness was just gorgeous. I love characters that are genuinely like acerbic and vicious, but in a way that isn't truly hurtful. Like she pushes buttons left, right, and center, but you could see these moments where she is holding back, where she's like, not saying what she probably wants to say or what would come to her naturally.
I know, and I loved like there were so many moments like knowing how it ends where I was like, oh well, like because she was clearly like making it up as she was going along,
Oh
and
yeah.
and it was like you didn't understand like why she would respond a certain way. It just kind of felt like, well, that was kind of weird. But now and
Hmm.
then I'm like, I have to rewatch it just to catch all the moments like that where she was clearly like making things up on the spot because this whole
Yeah.
entire thing was just a hex that Billy made. It was like I was like, it was just so well done. The whole entire thing
Yeah.
was.
And especially like I think she was a little more on the nose. And I think they did it on purpose, but like the whole things with Lydia where she just had these moments of spouting something, saying something that had no reason to be
Oh yeah,
said.
that was so
And
good.
then right at that her final episode you're realizing, oh, wibbly wobbly timey wimey. and I
Yeah,
just
that episode was so good. That was
uh,
I think that might have been my favorite of the, like her episode was probably my favorite.
just brilliant, utterly brilliant. And you know what? I'm trying to think about how to end this at a standstill, I guess.
Well, I just want to say, I'll say thank you for setting this all up, making the whole background, getting the whole Zoom together.
Oh yeah,
It's a lot
I
of work.
pieced together stuff from my normal stream. I was like figuring out how to do the dual display, how to piece this together so we could have like this
It was
whole
fun.
thing. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So
and
I just have to
it
say that. Thank you. You
it
did it all. You
yeah
made it all happen.
yeah it only needed like a few modest little bits clips here and there, but it's like my basic stream. It's like I'm gonna put you through the whole thing. This is what it opens. Oh, this is my just chatting where I am, you know. And sometimes if I want to talk to people, oh yeah, they're all. Oh no, I don't have all my Christmas ones on here. I should.
I know.
Well,
Best.
oh yeah, most of them are. Yep. And then this is like if I just want to. Well, this is why I use to stream the card game. But if I just want to talk to people more full screen, I've got this. You know. This is for doing some of the games. And this one, they're all Christmassy. And also animated. We have our Skitty with her head wobble. And Snorlax wakes up because of his own snore.
I love it. That's so cool.
Yeah. And oh, I have my DS for Pokemon. I mean, I'll play other DS games, but mostly it's here for Pokemon.
Of course.
And Snorlax is even huger than before. Bleh! Oh my. And I can't get to the part with Budu over there because it takes too long because I hid it. There's a certain point where Budu turns murderous and gets stabby with a knife.
What?
Yeah, it's all related to one of my friends. His name is Chibi on Twitch. Chibi Pup. He was doing a Nuzlocke with us, and he came up against a Budu, and I think it was at one of the gyms. Oh, great, my webcam is broken on this one too. He came up against a Budu, and the Budu sweeped his team. Of all Pokemon to do it, a little Budu completely killed every single Pokemon he had. And he was devastated. He was like teary-eyed, and he just snuck over to the Poke Center. He healed them all. He said, don't tell, we don't have to tell him. We don't have to tell him this happened. We don't have to acknowledge it. Just no, it doesn't, this never happened. This never happened. And once again, this one too, wow. I'm doing repairs in the middle of our interview. I'm so professional. Look at me, pro interviewer, pro tuber, pro streamer.
Thank you for this whole thing was so fun. I had a lot of fun. Just catching up, talking, and playing Pokemon, all of it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know. I really enjoyed it, and it felt very stream-like, and I don't know. I wish I could have like it guaranteed audiences because I would love to do something similar to this, but in like a stream version. You know, get actual questions from other people and pull that in, and I don't know, maybe more immersive gameplay. Actually, you know what? There's a fun little bonus question. I know you're not as heavy into gaming as like your husband is, but what games have you been tampering with?
I have not played. I just play on my little Retroid. I just beat the Super Mario World for the Super NES.
Mm-hmm.
I replayed that, and
I love that one.
The most committed I was to a game in a while. I am not. I've like, and there's an old PlayStation game called Legend of Mana. I played that like last year. That was one of my favorites. I love playing that because again, that was like my childhood. I love good like fancy RPG games, but I'm just like again, with how I devote my time, music is always my like number one. So like, but when I would love to play more old games.
Yeah.
They're just so fun.
So let's see, 1999. Yeah, for that game.
8-bit stuff, and then I love like I said, fantasy RPG stuff.
I like that we still haven't ended this. It's basically just us chatting now,
I know. Yeah,
like
I'll
usual.
end it. I'll end it. Okay.
All right. So,
I'm very grateful, and I had a lot of fun. That's
all
for
right.
real. I like loved all the stuff. I love playing Pokemon with you, and I
Mhm.
loved just all being able to catch up. To be honest, like it's been too long since we did this. I was trying
Yeah.
to think of even the last time we did it, and I couldn't even remember. I'm like,
Oh yeah. I want to go look back at that. I can't even. I think it might have. It was definitely Candy Cigarettes era.
wow.
Because I think this new era started mostly when I was at like total downward spiral. I think I was already infected with the pneumonia like by November last year. It just wasn't heavy. I was just starting to feel the effects of it. And that's why like my memory starts collapsing there and I don't remember December very much, a few small bits. I remember any of the time in the hospital. No, not a single one of the 73 days I was there.
Oh my gosh.
I have like these weird little demented fantasies that I had built, but I know that none of them are real for multiple reasons. And I remember a good amount of time at the clinic, but there's some early parts where I'm like, okay, I was still messed up. My brain was still not working right. And yeah,
I'm sure
I
it'll
don't know.
come slowly.
Possibly, yeah. But I've like really come to terms with a lot of it, and I feel like, like I don't think there's anything there that's really worth remembering anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, that's life. It goes on. You move on.
And you're doing good.
Yeah.
That's,
And it makes me so happy to have a friend like you that I can painstakingly arrange a little thing like this. And then we just chit chat. We have fun. We do silliness. We have technical difficulties all over the
yeah,
place.
it's all good.
uh, Considering how much I added into this, all this complexity here, this is probably the least technical difficulties we have had during
And
one of these.
it was smooth. It was smooth.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I think the video quality is actually could be a lot better this way. So, you know, I'm happy.
Okay.
And all right, so guys, this was me interviewing River Westin. Fabulous musician, has released 2 new songs this month, "Faith" and another Chris, another Christmas Crying.
You got it.
Perfect. A wonderful sort of 50s inspired, beautiful throwback with a unique River Weston take on it. I just love it, and I'm sure you'll love it too. So go ahead, stream it, purchase it on Bandcamp. Get this kid more money. Don't give him pennies via streaming. Give him money. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, life always gets better as long as you work at it brick by brick. And this theme makes that especially potent.